Hi everyone, I am Abigail V. Sumalinog and I will be your reporter for today. Today we'll explore about stress and rhythm. So are you ready? Let's begin. Okay, what is stress? Stress meaning putting relative emphasis to a certain syllable of a word or to a certain word in a phrase or sentence. In words, the stress falls on the vowel sounds, which is affected by the articulation of vowel sounds such as length and pitch. In other words, this emphasis makes a word or syllable sound longer, louder, or higher in pitch compared to others. Now, we're going to discuss the stress symbols. So, some dictionaries use stress symbols such as first, we have an apostrophe. It indicates primary stress. Now, what is primary stress? It marks the most emphasized syllable in a word. Second, we have a caret and a comma. It indicates secondary stress. Now, what is secondary stress? While the primary stress marks the most emphasized syllable in a word, secondary stress, on the other hand, marks the less emphasized syllable in a word. Now, let's proceed to the types of stress. So, we have word stress and sentence stress. Word stress. In individual words, stress is applied to vowel sounds, which means the articulation of vowels, length, and pitch determines which syllable is stressed. And the second one, we have sentence stress. It refers to the pattern of stress and unstressed words throughout the sentence. For example, we can have the word record. So if we use this word as a noun in a sentence, we can have she broke the world record. But what if I use this word as a verb in a sentence? We can have please record the lecture. In this manner, we are able to realize that stress can change a word's meaning and function. Noun versus verb. Now, let's proceed to the rules in stressing syllabic stress. First, we have monosyllabic stress from the word mono, applied in words that are said in isolation, meaning those words with only one syllable carry stress naturally when spoken in isolation. This include what? There. Look. Hi. See? Wow. So as you can see, monosyllabic stress is only applied with those words with only one syllable. The second one is bisyllabic stress. So bisyllabic stress is applied for words that contain two syllables. Alright, the words prism, factual, seldom receive the primary stress on the first syllable, while the words reserve, explore, esteem receive the primary stress on the second syllable. Third, we have multisyllabic stress. In words with more than two syllables, multisyllabic stress is used. Here, the stress is usually suffix based. Such words end with er or and ly or li, where stress is placed on the first syllable. Now let's proceed to the types of sentence stress. First, we have tonic stress, meaning stressing the syllable of the word that is important. Usually occurs at the last word that carries the thought unit. These words are considered important and usually receive the strongest stress in the segment of speech. In other words, tonic stress refers to the emphasis placed on a specific syllable of a word that carries the most important meaning in a spoken sentence. It usually occurs at the last content word of a thought unit or phrase. And this type of stress helps convey meaning, clarify intentions, and make speech more natural and expressive. So, let's have these sentences as an example of tonic stress. First, we have, why are you here? Are you feeling good? I am waiting. I am waiting for my friend. Did you get it? Next, we have empathic stress. Stressing certain words that carry or change the emotion and meaning of the sentence. Alright, so empathic stress, in other words, is this used to emphasize a particular word in a sentence to convey stronger emotions and a change in meaning. Like, for example, the sentence, I can't do it, and yes, I like him. So, if I want to put emphasis on it, I convey, I want to convey stronger emotions. And take note that it can change a word's meaning. So, like this, I can't do it. Yes, I like him. But we should keep in mind that to convey emotions, it depends upon how you put emphasis on a particular word in a sentence. Like, I can't do it, or I can't do it, like that. And the second sentence, we have, yes, I like him. Or we can have, yes, I like him, right? There are different way how you put emphasis on a certain word in a sentence. The third type of stress, we have contrastive stress. So what comes to your mind when you hear the word contrastive? Yes, that's correct. It's opposing, it's contradicting, it's contrasting. Yes, and then we have here the definition of contrastive stress. So let us read, everyone. So there are instances that two different ideas are used in the sentence. When this happens, the words that carry the ideas are stressed. It puts emphasis or stress on the syllable or words compared to highlight contrast. In other words, contrastive stress highlights a word to show a difference from another idea, and it also emphasizes the contrasting word to make the distinction clear. So let's have an example. It was my idea, not yours. It's not silk, it's cotton. So that is contrastive stress. Now let's proceed to the fourth types of sentence stress. We have content word stress. Most of the time, when we speak, we emphasize significant words in a sentence, and these words carry information and often respond to questions. Alright, so that means to say that this refers to the stressing of content words. What is content words? So it is grammatically identified, such as the nouns, verbs, and the modifiers. And in the sentence, content words receive the stress. Example, I will give you a ring. So here, the verb is to give and the noun is the ring. Now, why do you think stress is really important? Do you have an idea? Yes, that's correct. Incorrect stress placement can change the meaning of a word, while proper stress aids in clear pronunciation and understanding in spoken communication. Now let's proceed to the rhythm. Alright, the definition of rhythm is the perceived regularity of prominent units in speech by Crystal in 1980, and the pattern of occurrence in time of relatively strong and weak events by Ashby and Maidment in 2005. That means to say that rhythm in speech is the pattern of stress and unstressed sounds, creating a flow and a beat. It's how we perceive the regular recurrence of strong and weak elements in what we hear. Consider the sentence, the big dog barked loudly. The word big is like stress, creating a rhythmic emphasis. But what if we change it into the dog barked loudly? The rhythmic shift because the stress is now on bark. Now let's keep in mind that the rhythmic pattern changes depending on which words is emphasized. Now let's proceed to the two types of rhythm. First one is syllable time rhythm, Romance languages, and the second one is stress time rhythm, Germanic languages, Arabic and Russian. And both kinds of rhythm are characterized by the occurrence of a given element at regular intervals. Alright, syllable time rhythm, like Spanish, have relatively even spacing between syllables, while stress time syllables, like English, have uneven spacing, with stress syllables taking up more time. So, thank you for listening. That ends my report about stress and rhythms. I hope you've gained some knowledge and understanding from my discussion. So, thank you, everyone.